there, internet, MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we are going to feature Fresh Lobster's ASHE mid-range. In case you don't know who I'm talking about, Fresh Lobster is a fellow content creator and a phenomenal player, competitor, and overall deck builder. I really respect this guy as a Legends of Runeterra player in general. I have faced him in prior tournaments before. And yeah, I think he's a great dude, and I really like this deck. I saw it floating around Twitter, and I credited it to him. So I wanted to give it a spin because it's been a while since I played an ASHE deck, and especially now in this sort of like aggro/control metagame that we're in, I was rather pleasantly surprised to see a mid-range deck performing well. So I wanted to give it a shot, and I gotta say, man, I'm a big fan of the changes. In case you don't know, ASHE Frostbite midrange has been an archetype that's been around for a while, and it hasn't really changed at all. Ever since it was created, like, it's always pretty much stayed the same. You know, eventually people started running Reckoning, which was kind of like the more hipster edition later down the line, right? But for the most part, the deck has not changed one bit, man. Since you play ASHE, you play Farron Assessor, you play Avarice and Hearthguards, and then you play some Frostbite effects with Omen Hawk. And you got Farron Glory Seeker to enable Assessor a little bit easier, and that's pretty much that. But what this deck does is, first of all, it doesn't run Avarice and Hearthguard, which I love. I think that 5-drop has been tremendously overrated for a very long time. I honestly never got the confidence to switch over to Kato. I haven't played ASHE in a while as well, but I've always been looking to kick off Avarice and Hearthguard from the deck, even though he does synergize with Farron Assessor. That's basically the only reasoning behind me keeping him. Like, the only reason why I didn't really, move on from that card myself is because he still does work really well with the Assessor by buffing her to 5 attack and allowing you to draw a card from her as well, right? But ultimately, Kato just does more. I love Kato the Arm. I've been playing him in a lot of my Noxus decks as of late, and I think he is extremely good in this deck because we have units that reach very high attack, 5 to be precise, but it can even go higher through the likes of Omen Hawk. And we can use these high attack units, especially like Farron Glory Seeker with Challenger, and we can give him Overwhelm as we challenge one of the opponent's weakest units, and we get a huge hit on the Nexus. Overall, I think Kato just does so much, he applies so much more pressure, and he does give us a bit of an edge against control decks as well, which tend to be ASHE, Frostbite midrange, sort of like Achilles heel, right? It's tough for us to overcome decks that have really strong value in the late game and a lot of reactive tools to pick off our low health units. So with the aid of Kato alongside Elixir of Iron and the MVP of today's video in Captain Farron, we have a modified version of this deck that is geared towards being able to match up better against these slower, more valuable decks. And let me tell you something, Captain Farron delivers, and he delivers so damn well. The role he serves in this deck is just beautiful, satisfying, and it's fucking perfect, man. Like, what we do with Captain Farron is very simple. When we're facing decks that are able to just shut us down, especially like our strong mid game with ASHE into Kato into potentially Sejuani, if our opponent's able to slow us down, take out our resources, and leave us with few cards left, Captain Farron just comes in, and all the damage we racked up in the game, we're able to just put closure to it, as we are gifted 3 copies of Decimate and then 8/8 with Overwhelm. We go face. If he stops Captain Farron, then we just start throwing Decimates at them. And yeah, we just obliterate them that way. It's fantastic. It's not oppressive. He's not overpowered, but in certain matchups, he just is the finisher that this sort of archetype has lacked against those type of decks. I think low key, the addition of 2 copies of Captain Farron is the most crucial optimization to this build. I think it's the reason why this deck is performing as well as it is, and it makes me so happy to see a card like Captain Farron shine in that regard, which is why I've been talking about Captain Farron for like, I don't even know how many minutes, but I love it. I absolutely love it in this deck. I really like Reckless Farron as well. Helps us out with the Farron Assessor. Now that we're not playing Avarice and Hearthguard, we are working to have basically an early curve comprised of mostly 5 attack units. We have the Glory Seeker, we have the Reckless Farron, and we have the Yetis that we're generating with the Avarice and Trapper, which really eases up our Farron Assessor and even perhaps allows us to play it earlier than the prior version of the deck would. Calling Strike also super crucial in this metagame. It knocks out Heimerdinger and knocks out Ezreal, amongst others, Maokai, any sort of like low power late game engine or control tool. We can potentially answer with Calling Strike, which is really neat, and we can also pair this with Ashe's Frostbite ability. Calling Strike and Ashe is just a staple, always will be a staple, and will never stop being a staple unless they print like a strictly better card of it, you know? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the deck list right there. Reckoning still putting in the massive work as well against unit-based decks. I don't know, man. This deck felt really fun. I recorded some solid gameplay for you guys today. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. So let me know what you think about Ashe mid-range. Try out this list. Shout out again to Fresh Lobster for it. And I'll be back at it tomorrow with a new deck. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a solid day. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Hope you enjoy the games, and I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, King Mushy is our first opponent. We're facing some Karma Ezreal. One of the worst matchups, really, for any sort of like Ashe, Frostbite, mid-range list. But I do like units like Reckless Trifarian. I don't think I should be keeping a Trifarian Assessor in my opening hand. I do have an Avaros and Trapper and a pretty decent curve, actually. I can resort to her turn 5 if I don't have anything better to do, which could give me some good momentum. It's going to be difficult for this deck to take down Trifarian into a Yeti. He'll probably be able to clear one of the two at least. Yeah, I'm going to keep it like this. I love seeing Captain Farron as well. Captain Farron is a nice way to try to close out the game, but we need to apply some damage prior. Alright. It's not turn 1 bird, but turn 2 bird is still pretty decent.
I fight with my spirit, not my fist.
We're gonna miss out on a hit though, which means we're not really gonna be really effective at leveling up Sejuani this one. Okay, that's pretty neat. Out of Static Shock range, but we're still gonna be going for a 3-drop here.
Hold the world within.
We're gonna start off with these Avaros and Trappers.
The trap is set.
Because right now he has access to a Thermogenic Beam, which can take out my Trifarian easily. While targeting this is not something that he really wants to do. And I kind of... what do I want to do here? I want to preserve this as a 3-drop with this. I think I just want to play Reckless Trifarian, to be honest. No, honestly, Trapper seems best.
Took the bait.
Yeah, I want to draw like back-to-back Yetis here to really enable my Assessor to go through. These 2/3/3s are big enough bodies to start threatening his life total. Yeah, I can go with an attack here.
On the trade.
You can't really block into them unless he has like a Claws of the Dragon or something, but I'm gonna go with this attack. This attack is... attack's pretty clean. Pretty clean.
I thought you'd never ask.
Alright, that's enough. We do have a full set of Calling Strike here. We get motherfucking Kato. Alright. I could drop you and you over Kato, even though Kato is pretty neat. I think I can hold on to Kato right now, especially considering, you know, Will of Ionia is very impactful as well. So I'm gonna drop the Reckless Trifarian.
Sharpen the blade, secure the
And
kill.
now I play the I'm gonna go with you. He's going up, but he's got 5 cards left. Alright, doesn't seem to have an answer for that.
Breathe out.
I could try to go for an attack now, but I do have the ability to drop a K to the arm here. And if I play you,
What did you catch?
and my opponent doesn't really do anything here, because I'm not really geared for a good attack here, especially because he has those 2. That's fantastic. This really warrants a Trifarian Assessor. This will draw me 3 cards. That's too valuable.
Line up.
Line up! And there's our Calling Strike. Yeah, this is a very, very powerful draw effect here. Like I said, I don't really have a clean attack. What I want to be doing is I want to be challenging Ezreal. He's drawing as well, though.
I'll cut them apart. Face me.
Ezreal's at 3, but at least we dealt with that one. We don't let him gain health there, but these Eyes of the Dragon are definitely putting in the work. I would like to go for a Reckoning here. I think I do want to mitigate a little bit of damage, but the problem is if I go down to 13, I think I can live with this.
Yeah. These stories were true.
I'm gonna play another Yeti. I'm threatening my opponent with a massive attack here. He's not enabling the Eyes of the Dragon. So if he wants to enable Eyes of the Dragon, he needs to commit to 2 spells. And that may very well open up my opponent for a Reckoning, which I would gladly go for. I would lose half of my board, but I would deal with their Eyes of the Dragon. And I would have a very, very powerful attack incoming, which would allow me to set up a finish with Captain Farron. That's fantastic.
My spirit, not my fists.
I could just lead off with his open attack, but I see no reason not to play Farron here. Out of my way! Well, there is a reason. It's called Concussive Palm. Yeah.
I see every move.
Which does do a decent job of slowing me down here. But Ezreal still requires 2 more spells. I still think this Captain Farron was worth the risk. We would have gotten 5 more damage on him, but we also got the Concussive Palm out of them right then and there, right?
Ionian speaks through me.
Alright. I need to spread out as much as I can.
Who gets tossed?
As much
Winter take you.
as I can.
The answer lies within.
I could resort to Sejuani, but I gotta go for the kill here. Attack with you. Attack with you. Inside of Ages, that's gonna give him a lot of value, but we are aiming to finish off the game here, so yeah, he's basically drawn 4 cards for 2 mana, but those cards are completely random. So these cards are completely, absolutely random. These cards are part of his deck.
By force of will.
This is a tremendous hit. My opponent has to do a lot here. And after that, we have the Decimates to go for the kill. That's why, like, Captain Farron is a legit finisher for these control matchups. Okay, that's a very powerful draw effect, but you only have so much mana. It's a very, very powerful draw effect. Jury Rig would be annoying, because it would grant him a pretty easy block, but I mean, it's kind of like the same as a Mystic Shot anyways. Like, my units, like, the fact that he's blocking this means that these 2 units are very, very super frail. Like, I definitely should expect them to go down here. That's annoying.
Rest. Collect your thoughts.
That's annoying. Was that generated by his... Okay, so he's just drawing a bazillion. Yeah, I mean, if like he's drawn so much. He had like the Inside of Ages and then double Rummage. And he's just gotten tremendous value. This may just be enough to overwhelm us here. But at least Karma goes down. It's very simple what we have to do here. We got Decimate. decimate. And hope for no Ezreal, just complete blow up. He's drawn so much. And I've taken quite a bit of damage here.
We'll bring peace to Ionia.
Oh,
whatever the
wow.
cost.
Karma, though. He must have a deny. By playing Captain Farron here, though, I run into a problem. Like, I'm hinting the fact that I could have a Noxian Fervor. Like, my opponent loses to a Noxian Fervor if he taps out for an Ezreal. Even though he would have 1 mana, like, if he has a health potion, he wouldn't be thinking right now. He would have just gone for what he wants to do, which is drop Ezreal after Karma. Okay, for a second I thought that was... if he attacks with this, I will Frostbite it. I have to open attack next turn. I kind of wish I would have been able to slip in this Avaros and Trapper. What is this? We have to attack first.
You cannot escape.
Because attacking with Farron forces him to use a Will of Ionia or a Concussive Palm or something, which does weaken the potential of him taking us out with Ezreal. Like, I would love to be able to play Sejuani and just attack him with a more powerful hit from Overwhelm, but the thing is, like, he has so many cards in hand. He has so many resources that I don't think I can... I have to threaten the open attack, force him an answer, wait for him to develop something else, and just drop decimates. Like, it's all Captain Farron. This match is all Captain Farron. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. By forcing him to commit there, he can't play Ezreal without deny backup. So either he has more sources of healing, or these decimates will just blow him back. We're dropping one here, showing the check. I doubt I have the mate. Oh! Alright. Got him! Got him! There we go. That was getting out of hand. Like, Karma, you know, endless value, man. Endless value. Like, inside of Aegis into double rummage, he was drawing his entire deck. And if he ran something crazy like triple health potion, we would have been in trouble for sure. But really happy that this is the first game, because Captain Farron, like, really definitely earns his slot in this deck, and I really love the addition of him. I love the fact that he has like an actual competitive role, and he seems to be really good at it. So I'm really liking this variant, and that's just one game in, so that's good first impression at least. Game 2. Let's go on to game 2. All right, Master Shivo. We go from control on to control, but the beautiful thing about this specific mid-range deck is that we have a lot of ways of dealing with Ezreal. You know, with Calling Strike and also the likes of Reckoning. And because we're facing a non-Ionia variant, there are very few ways you can counter this, even though axes are a way for him to navigate around that, so we gotta keep that in mind. Trifarian Glory Seeker, even though we have double Elixir of Iron, she's just too... She's too weak in this matchup. She's too vulnerable. I'm going to drop Kato as well. I'm going to keep both Elixir of Irons. Even though I'm dropping both of my units, I have a good amount of units, and I feel I can draw into other stuff. And if I don't have any units to play early on, it's fine because of the matchup. A good portion of his deck is just comprised of reactive cards, right? We're going to take this hit. We're not happy about taking this hit. Like, it's not good. It's not worth us going for Brutal Steel either. Hopefully we draw something of substance here. Kind of regretting like not keeping the Glory Seeker. Oh boy. You came in a turn early. Or turn late. Yeah, that's bad. I could use a... No.
Nothing can stop me.
I'm gonna drop the Reckless Rifarian before I drop Ashe. We've taken 6 damage from a House Spider. That's not ideal. That's not ideal considering how vulnerable we can be to an Ezreal burning us down. We took too much damage here. Doesn't do anything to this, which is interesting. I'm definitely gonna be playing Ashe now.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Since we do have double Elixir of Iron, we have a very nice chance of surviving here. Okay. Let's go in. Noxus! Attack. Let's dance around that removal. Whoa. Nice, okay. This may be another match for Captain Farron.
The party has arrived.
You own what you take.
I'm gonna drop Sejuani here. I still have an Elixir of Iron to protect Ashe from more removal. Though if that's a thermogenic beam, I will not be able to stop it, which is really unfortunate.
You fought well.
Really unfortunate.
Who gets tossed?
I'm gonna play Kato. Okay.
Go time! Up top!
I gotta preserve my Culling Strike for Ezreal. All right. I'll end this.
I give you must.
This is gonna hurt for you. You suck.
I'm like that is all I needed. Now we're just going decimate to decimate to decimate. And we may just have another Captain Farron highlight, man. This is amazing. Ezreal's leveled up. But if we do see Ezreal, we'll just go for the Culling Strike. Even though he does have an axe. No, but an axe won't be enough to save him. Oh, you're dead. You're dead. If you tap out and you're not able to develop Ezreal right now, you are 100% dead. Oh, you're dead. Alright. This is tricky. Because you can still play Ezreal. Alright. Now the coast is clear. We have Culling Strike to react to like an Ezreal trying to finish us from here. Alright, it's easy versus this. We got the Culling Strike. This is our last, you know, this is our play. This is our game winning strategy. Like, there's nothing else here. We got this. We don't have the ability to Brittle Steal him. Alright. Alright. Gotcha. Got up! Nice. 2 wins in a row with Captain Farron. Oh, we know who's gonna make the thumbnail today. God damn, MVP! Alright, so now we're facing some good old Smork Darius with your boy Bastos Rider. And this is a matchup that I am very, very intrigued in. I mean, we're going to keep the Elixir of Iron here. Turn 1 Bird is fantastic. Reckless Trifarian is pretty decent to curve out into as well, even though we're likely to play this instead. Nice. God, I gotta love that turn 1 Omen Hawk trade into this. My lord. And I get a 2-drop. It's my birthday. I'd rather hold on to this. I'll take the damage.
The party has arrived. Gotcha. Axes coming right up.
I will unite the Freljord.
Time for Ashe.
Fuse is lit.
That's annoying.
Swiftly now, for glory. Face me.
Try me.
I'm still gonna attack. If he wants to get rid of, I mean, he could have a transfusion, but transfusion doesn't really alter anything here.
Draven out.
I get to knock out Draven and the other thing, and I still preserve this challenger. This Iceville Archer is really.
But Noxian might. Winter take you.
This is a great stall effect here. I could threaten more with this.
For the hand. It can't be.
We get a Yeti here.
Remember the objectives. The few for the many.
What time is it? Punch it! Ha-ha!
I'll cut them apart. You're mine.
Nonsense! I'm through waiting. Up top! Get ready, girl. Get ready,
Your
girl.
path ends here.
As we go for full on attack, we go for lethal. You could have an Noxian Fervor, which makes me sad that I don't have 1 mana for this Elixir of Iron. Yeah.
Remember me.
Reckon. We got Reckon.
Time for the money makers.
He's going in. He's going in. He's not mad, man. It's going in. All right. He thinks he has lethal, but this Elixir of Iron that we've been keeping all game. that we've been keeping all game, baby.
And I thought I was already perfect.
Get the fuck out of here. And now we attack before anything crazy happens. Oh, we even have your boy, but today you sit on the bench, Farron. You've already done enough. You've already contributed, my boy. For the Noxian Avarosian Empire, barely. Not even bad, dude. We're 3-0. Yeah, I think I can record one more game. It's only 30 minutes. We can do a final one. But man, really, very impressed with this list. Honestly, it's really fine-tuned for the meta. It's been a long time since people have taken the original kind of like backbone to ASHE mid-range and adapted it to what is actually the the environment, because it stayed the same way. It's a deck list that stayed the same way for a long time, and this variant is just so much better. I can really feel it. It flows really well. All right, here we go. And I guess it's a rematch against the same old deck. All right, we're gonna keep Brutal Steel here. We're gonna drop Sejuani. Iceville Archer is very important. Am I gonna keep Calling Strike? That's what I'm not entirely sure. I think I am, considering I have Frostbite cards. Double Calling Strike may prove to be a little bit excessive, but as long as they don't curve into Draven, it's not that bad. I will definitely Calling the Crimson Disciple if it goes down this turn, since I don't seem to have... Ooh, okay. Let's pass first, because this Omen Hawk... Okay, now it's doing something. Now it's definitely doing something.
Death doesn't scare me.
I mean, I'm fine with this.
Worthy end.
I have better potential use of my Brutal Steel. Keeping a 1-1 that can't even block the fearsome unit in front of it. If it would have blocked the other way around, I would have changed my mind. I think I like curving into ASHE though. I'm gonna drop you.
The trap is set.
I have a Brutal Steel.
Tread carefully.
Taking a little bit of damage, but ultimately controlling the board.
I will unite the Freljord.
We ride for Noxus!
Avarosans, stand together!
We have a solid blocker for the Bastos Rider. And we have a very nice turn 2 here.
Over there.
These are our lands!
That is what it is.
Nothing can stop me!
I'm gonna drop the Reckless Rifarian. I'm gonna Calling Strike this. Playing the Yeti. I have the ability.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
I was gonna say maybe I might have to play into the Noxian Fervor, but some people are just too impatient, man. GG, locked out. No ring. Oh, that was clean. That was so damn clean, baby. Oh my god, dude. That was kind of like murder. Oh, we dominated nearly every turn. That was wild. Yeah, this seems to be a very anti-meta deck right now. It has excellent game against Darius. Just especially because of like the tweaks, the more like centralization. Like I'm very happy that this list has finally dropped Avaros and Hearthguard. I could not agree more with playing Kato the Arm over Avaros and Hearthguard. I think people have been overrating that 5-drop for like forever. I think it's way too slow, and it's even slower now in this meta. It just doesn't really accomplish much. But Kato the Arm applies immediate pressure, makes your high attack units super threatening, like Trifilian Glory Seeker. Giving this overwhelm and being able to challenge a 1 health unit is absurd. And there's a lot of like really like strong turn 3 and turn 4 plays. The Avarice and Trapper feels really, really good in this deck, enabling some very efficient Trifarian Assessors. And Captain Farron, man. Motherfucking Captain Farron for the control matchups. For those games, you know, Brahmanivia, Karma Ezreal, Heimerdinger vibe, whatever it is that they're trying to slow you down and they just don't let you get the win early on. You just drop this dude, you're like, I'll end this! And you just decimate them to death. He's glorious. Really, it's been a while. I mean, it hasn't been that long, right? But ever since the balance patch happened, I haven't seen a solid mid-range list, honestly, and this is in a way a first for this new meta, and I freaking love it. It looks great. Shoutouts to Fresh Lobster for the build. Very, very well optimized. I have nothing else to add to this deck. I really just very much like it the way it is, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the deck as well. Try it out. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. And that's all I gotta say. Have a solid day. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.